Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Ethan Chazin. I am a New York City-based small business growth coach. And I wanted to walk you as a small business owner through why you not only need to have the benefit and counsel of my coaching, but why you deserve it. So first off, let me address the 800-pound gorilla in the room that may be weighting you down emotionally and spiritually, and that is that you may not deserve to have access to a dedicated coach. For instance, me with my background in 20 years in corporate and 16 coaching over 500 organizations. Let me just say this. You not only do have a right to coaching that'll get you to the next level, you deserve it. You're doing a gazillion and one things. You're wearing a million and one different hats. I've seen this with the thousands of entrepreneurs I've spoken to in startups. I experienced it when I was doing coaching with startups and small business owners in the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program, where I was a coach for several years, as well as my coaching through the Marion Ewing Kaufman Foundation that also does business growth coaching. So let me walk you through my process. And then in the very end, I'd like you to reach out to me, no commitment. We'll have a conversation about your small business. And when I say small business, I typically work with 75% of my clients are between the $2 and the $20 million range. So that's the only prerequisite, and that's not even set in stone. But that's the kind of size of clients I tend to work best with in terms of boosting small business owner profitability, performance, and productivity. So here we go. I want to walk you through my framework and see if it fits for you. First of all, if you have any questions about the services I provide, please feel free to go to my website, thechazingroup.com. All of the links to contact me, follow up for a one-on-one will be in the description below. So what's my brand? I spend every 3 months or so going out to my clients, potential clients, students I've taught, prospects, peers, partners, and I ask them, what are the words you would use to describe me in terms of my coaching and consulting methodology? And it always comes back to solving problems, compassion, being engaging, teacher, trainer, communication, empathy. That's what I bring to your table as a trusted advisor for your small business growth. In terms of what I do 3 things, and I'm really effective at it. I do employee training and development, I do leadership team coaching, and I do culture transformation around creating a great place to work, an amazing workplace culture. So because of my many different certifications in employee training and development through measurable outcomes, their work performance, work outputs, we measure the before and after in your people's performance, productivity, profitability. I work with leadership teams, several individuals or the whole team at once to get you all rowing in the same stroke at the same time. You may see the shoreline, but you've been spinning around because there's been conflict or internal turmoil. I get you all on the same page. And lastly, is I help small business owners create an amazing place to work. You don't need 500 to 50,000 employees to worry about culture. In fact, for many solopreneurs, the most important hire you will ever make in terms of creating a great place to work for your small business is hire number 2 and every subsequent hire. So we'll talk about that. What I excel at in my framework for working with small business owners that most other coaches can never dream of it, I understand the 5 generations of worker. I have and continue to teach over the last 16 years in 12 colleges and universities here in New York and New Jersey. I've taught over 3,000 students, undergraduate, graduate. I understand the heart and minds of Gen Zs and millennials intimately. As a Gen Xer, I also do a lot of work in creating collaborative, powerful workplace cultures of 5 generations. So that's what I do, top line. In terms of my ideal client, I'm looking for you as a business owner or those of you who are managing partners of leadership team, executive directors of not-for-profits, or even leaders of government, NGOs, or agencies. If you are struggling early on in your business growth, you don't know how to measure the value of your people, you don't know an employee ROI, you're paying money for salary and benefits, but you don't know if you're getting an ROI on that, I can help. If you don't have a formal people strategy and you need one, whether you have 5 people or 50,000, maybe you don't have a vision. And that's very common with people who are just starting out. You're surviving day to day, wearing many hats and putting out fires. God bless. I get it. I can help you get out of the hamster in the wheel mindset and free you up to get out of being in your business to focus as a leader on growing your business. You may understand this early. You may get it that your culture is everything, but you don't know what a culture is. You don't know how to measure it. You don't know what yours is, your informal culture that your employees are feeling. I'll help you put a finger on the pulse and chart a course for success navigating your culture forward. Maybe you've been stuck in the last few years. Your revenue's flatlined, or you're coming up with new challenges, keeping your existing clients and finding new clients. I excel at helping you unstick your business. And to be honest, I'm going to be the voice of reason. When I hear you say something that sounds like an excuse, like supply chain issues, there's a war on talent, Gen Z, let's be honest, that's all bullshit, and you're just lying to yourself. I'm that objective, accountable voice of reason who will care about seeing you take your business growth to a whole new level. So some of the things that will tell you you need to talk to me about what my methodology is. You're struggling to find talented people or keep them. There is no war on talent. As I said, that's BS. That's an excuse. The greatest places to work don't have trouble finding great talent because they've already built an amazing reputational brand. Maybe you've never even thought about measuring the return on your people investment. Most small business owners keep calling it payroll, and it's your largest expense. That is an ass backwards way of thinking about your people, which are, let me frame it for you. Your employees are nothing short of your only lasting, most powerful competitive advantage. Stop thinking about them as an expense. Start thinking about them as an investment. Maybe you haven't even thought yet about training, developing, coaching, mentoring, rewarding, recognizing, soliciting input from your people. I'll get you there. I'll get you there pretty damn quickly as well in the first 90 days. So how can I help you solve your problems? Specifically, here's what I'm going to do during my initial 30, 60, 90-day engagement with you as a small business owner. I'm going to take a proprietary process I created 16 years ago called the Human Capital Audit. It is a snapshot. Whether you have 7 or 70 or 700 people, I don't care. We're going to do a 360 view of your employee workforce, and I'm going to say, what are the current skills, background, experience they possess? What are the roles and responsibilities of their jobs? And oh, by the way, that 75% of your payroll that you're flushing down the toilet because you're not taking advantage of all the amazing totality of awesome stuff your people can offer you, I'm going to help you re-architect. So the Workforce Vitality Audit is an 18-question survey. I will ask that to you and or your leadership team. I will, in conjunction, develop a human capital audit to do an assessment of every people in your organization, starting with the founder and business owners, all the way top down. I'm going to look at, again, what are your roles and responsibilities? What is everybody being paid for? And what is the totality of what they have to offer and the delta or difference, the relatively few things you're having them do that are not taking advantage of the many things that they can bring to the table. I'm going to re-architect that in a human capital audit. And that happens in the first 30 to 60 days. The Workforce Vitality Survey is an 18-question survey I've designed. We're also going to do in the first 2 weeks of engagement an employee pulse survey. I'm going to put my finger on the pulse of your people, being completely anonymous and honest and transparent with me, telling me what they really feel about you, your business, and the organization. What do I mean by that? How much autonomy do they have? Do you treat your people like children or grown-ass, people? Do you empower them to decide how they get the work done, where they work from, what they work on, and who they work with? It's the whole Daniel Pink autonomy model. I'm going to find out immediately if they appreciate the way you've treated them, if they understand your values, if they understand your vision, mission. That is an employee pulse survey. I am going to make sure in the first 30 days, we've identified a succession plan and we've looked at your bench. We've looked at do you have the right people in the roles right now in 2025 as we start into March? I'm going to look at, do you have the right people to position you for success? I'm going to teach you and your leadership team how to measure employee ROI. What does that mean? You're spending money in terms of salary and benefits for each in person, right? As much as they may love your organization and you as the founder, it's not altruism why they're working for you. They made a commitment to you. They expect to be compensated as a minimum. So when you say, oh, I offer a decent salary, that's crap. People don't work for you, especially millennials and Gen Z, because of what you pay them. Being equitable, they expect it, they demand it. No, what they expect from you is to be treated a certain way. There's an expectation there. So how do you measure the return on your investment of your total compensation? I'm not talking about salespeople. That's easy. The revenue they bring in and what we compensate them, that's the easiest of the kind of employee to measure their ROI. I'm talking about how do you measure all of the other people in non-revenue generating roles? How you do it is the totality of factors, considerations, criteria I've built a framework around. What are the ideas that they've contributed that have generated revenue with new product service offerings, cross and upselling existing clients? What is their contribution to helping retain clients? So every time you have a renewal of an existing client, that compensation is a piece of their contribution. Have they also come up with ideas to reduce costs? That's also how you measure ROI. What are the kinds of people they've referred into your organization from their social professional networks who are working for you? Those referrals get measured. This employee, do they represent your company in terms of VIP brand ambassador? That's how I will measure your employee ROI. And lastly, the primary thing that you derive benefit as a small business owner, a founder, in bringing me in as your coach, consultant, Sherpa, guide, is an objective, outside perspective where I've got 35 years of experience. I've worked with over 500 organizations. I've led global marketing, sales, product management teams. You're getting me to be your counsel to help you unstick your business. So functionally, my 20 years in corporate America are communication, sales, marketing, product development, client engagement. That's 20 years. And then the last 16 years of coaching organizations across the board, for-profits, nonprofits, government entities, any industry, any sector. I work with clients, you, to meet you where you currently are. I push you gently into discomfort as we unleash together you, your leadership team, and all your people's untapped potential. I help you to, in effect, go from a barely recognizable culture to an amazing workplace culture that you are dedicated to continuously nurturing. I help you understand the meaning of collaboration across the often generational divide. I excel at effective communication, conflict resolution, team building, all of those proverbial professional skills to unleash a multi-generation workforce in your small business. We look at your revenue. Your revenue is not going to grow because of your strategy. Sorry, if you have an amazing strategy and not great employees, doesn't matter. Also, operational efficiency, technology, automation. Those used to be differentiators that could move you up and leapfrog you. No longer. Everybody has access to AI, ChatGPT, EOS integrators and implementers. Everybody has state-of-the-art CRMs and contact management systems. Technology is now a lowest common denominator. The only lever you can pull on a lasting competitive basis is your people. I will get you there. I will remove or shine a light on your blind spots, your subconscious bias, not realizing that most of the excuses you make where you place blame externally on market conditions, factors, supplier negotiated terms, client refusals to renew, prospect refusals, those are all excuses. I take that excuse reaction away from you. And I get you out of a transactional mindset of the cost of every employee to building amazing relationships. My entire career as a coach consultant is predicated on small business owner relationship cultivation. I coach it, I teach it. I have my own peer advisory groups. I have a podcast where I talk about it constantly. We'll get there together. I transform your organization. You look at, on the front end, we take an initial 90-day. I look at your existing external environment, your strategy, and you as a business owner, warts and all. I then look inside your organization. As I said, the employee pulse survey, the workforce vitality audit, the human capital audit, those are all proprietary tools I've developed over 35 years to help you look inside your organization and realign, refocus. At the same time, all of that work in the first 90 days is setting you up for exponential revenue growth, market share, acquisition, partnerships by looking at your culture and constantly extending your culture to all your stakeholders, internal employees, contract workers, external vendors, partners, suppliers, the media, government, city, state, federal agencies, think tanks, trade associations, all of those external and internal stakeholders. We take a holistic culture perspective and start aligning you with the best people to work with based on your vision, your mission, your guiding principles as a founder, and you and your leadership team's core ideological values. And that is how, in the first 90 days, we achieve a results of conservatively 1 to 2x revenue growth. I do all of this framework by focusing a little bit on operations, a little bit on strategy, but most of my work, my ideological framework as a coach and consultant based on 35 years, is the fact that only you and your people will give you lasting competitive advantage. So having said that, I'm certified as an executive coach. I work one-on-one and with teams of your leadership. I've done over 15,000 people I've given talks to at professional associations, keynote conferences. I'm certified in a number of training and development tools like DISC, DDI, 6 boxes. I'm Goldman Sachs 10,000 small programs and Ewing Marion Kaufman Foundation Growth Coach certified. I will help your organization thrive by focusing on you, your leadership team, your people first. And in doing so, build an amazing workplace culture. I will, as I said, in the first 30 days of my engagement with a small business owner, yourself, conduct an employee survey, a pulse survey, a workforce vitality survey for you and your leadership team. We'll do a human capital audit where we'll assess the state of your existing workforce. I've worked with over 15,000 individuals. I've authored 2 books. The second is called The Compassionate Organization and the People Who Love to Work for Them. You can get it on Barnes & Noble or Amazon. You've got all the tools in me that you need to have a trusted strategic advisor. So go to YouTube, please take a moment to check out the Chazin Group LLC. You'll find 500 videos I have prepared for you. Look across the playlists, look at the 3 seasons of my Chasing the Dream podcast, go to the Chazin Group LLC and look for insights, ideas, and inspiration for your business growth, culture transformation, your leadership team development, and your business owner development. I am the strategic partner you may not have realized you needed or felt you could have in your corner. So please, if you're interested in having a conversation with me, send me an email, ethan@thechazingroup.com. Give me a holler, send me a text, go to my website. All of these contact details will be in the description below, but I'm looking forward from hearing from you. So in closing, my name is Ethan. I'm a small business coach. I'm dedicated to helping you take your own development, your leadership team, your people, and your business to that next level. You may have been floundering or struggling, but I promise you, this will be the most valuable conversation you've ever had. Give me a call. We'll set up some time. 30 minutes is all I ask to show you how I can change the trajectory of your and your business's growth. Thank you.